wife. My son turned 18 years old today. We celebrated his birthday this weekend, so I know I'm a bad father and all, but somebody's got to put food on the table, you know. I got a wife and 3 children, and I left my full-time employment working for the United States Air Force in March of 2019. I probably wouldn't have done it if I wouldn't have known a worldwide pandemic was only a year away. I made it through it by the grace of God and by the support of people that identify and find meaning in what it is that I create. And it's the greatest joy of my entire life. And I've never felt the happiness that I felt in my life that I do now, being able to turn my agony and experiences into art that other people, that can help people out of their experiences. And it's the most wonderful and joyous thing, and I hope that you can find it in your own life in whatever way that might be. But now anyway, that's all the serious shit. This is absurd. So, you know, I told you I put out a podcast. It's called Alabama Astronaut. It ends with a T. Alabama Astronaut, singular. This is a song I wrote called Alabama Astronauts with an S. It's plural. Alabama Astronaut is a podcast about my attempt to document the music of the serpent handling faith. Alabama Astronauts is a song about aliens. And they ain't got shit to do with each other. And hindsight being 2020, and if let me just give you a bit of advice, if you ever make a podcast about your attempt to document sacred music and also write a song about aliens, I'd suggest that you do more to differentiate them in their titles than simply making one plural and one singular. Well, all was quiet in the back 40 trailer park last night. I mean, there's a few domestic fights and them usual petty crimes, but I was feeling alright. I was drinking whiskey with my Sprite, and I was toasting all those ghosts of the lost southern pines when I heard a lurking in the night. And I knew something wasn't right as I was covered in the white of this otherworldly light, and I looked up and I beheld it was a spacecraft from another world. At least that's what I thought I observed, 'cause I ain't learned, but I can certainly confirm there ain't nothing on this planet ever turned at the angles and the rate of speed at which it surged. And then I heard my neighbor Wanda, man, she was cursing in slurs as the UFO swirled and upon her trailer it converged, and she was carried away in this tractor beam. It was a horrible scene. Her hair was still in rollers, her nightie was busting at the seams, and her scream, man, it got all the more extreme as she flew through the air to this extraterrestrial machine. And I said, oh my God, this can't be a dream. 'Cause I mean, yeah, I know I've been drinking and probably even smoked a little green, but I can't stand LSD, man, and this would be an hallucination supreme, even obscene. And so I jumped into action like a Vietnam-era Marine. I said, now this is gonna be war. You know, I'd seen one before. I had a stash of ammunition underneath my trailer floor, and I'd done heard freaky stories galore from Bubba next door. And it sure ain't my ass them aliens gonna probe and explore. So I got me a 12 an AR. I got my granddaddy's government-issued K-bar. And I said, you aliens, y'all should have never came down here. Now this is gonna be war, 'cause I've been waiting on them aliens to come. I've been waiting on them aliens to come. I've been waiting on them aliens to come. So I threw some cover fire and I jumped and I crawled to my truck. I knew if I was gonna beat these aliens, I'd need distance and luck. And so I sped through the muck until I ended up over by the fence line. I hunkered down in the brush. I started sighting in my gear when this little green man appeared, and he looked right through my soul. Why, in my eyes he stared, and I knew he must have got scared when he saw that I had no fear and that I'd smoke his little green ass without shedding a tear. And then he disappeared, and I said, God, this is really getting weird. And then I ran through that trailer park like a redneck Paul Revere. I said, the aliens are coming. Now there ain't no sense in running, boys. Let's take our stand here, y'all. Let's do some extraterrestrial hunting. 'Cause I've been waiting on them aliens to come. I've been waiting on them aliens to come. I've been waiting on them aliens to come. Now stars fell on Alabama, and a lot of other shit has too. But the last thing we were gonna take was being pursued by this alien crew who intergalactically flew through time and space just to land into the back 40 trailer park. And yeah, we made our mark. We beat them aliens back, and we did it in the dark. And we found Wanda, and her only remark was that she gets they had to abduct her. But in her nightgown, man, that was just harsh. And I even stole a little space traveling cart. I got it out in the barn. Me and Bubba painted it camouflage, and we're soon about to embark as an interstellar white trash, Lewis and Clark. We're gonna call ourselves the Alabama astronauts. 'Cause I've been waiting on them aliens to come. I've been waiting on them aliens to come. Thank y'all for listening to this. Y'all give it up for Austin Harper right here on the sound machine. Thank y'all. God bless you. Y'all come